Hi! I just finished my Harley Quinn Suicide Squad shoes and I would like to share to everyone how I made it. Now, um, this is not gonna be a step-by-step tutorial. Um, there's a lot of tutorials already in YouTube and in Google. You just have to be a little resourceful and creative, and maybe in the future I'm gonna do a tutorial, but right now I don't really have the time and I already finished it, so I didn't really document my step-by-step process. But anyway, I'm gonna show it to you now, so at least you have an idea on how to do cosplay shoes. So based from the leak photos and from the trailer, we can see Harley wearing an Adidas Jeremy Scott type of sneaker heel. Now, since it was filmed like last year, I'm not really sure if that shoe is still going into the market or if it's going to be in fashion here in the Philippines. But anyway, since I wanted to make the shoe and complete my costume and my cosplay, so that's why I thought of making a boot cover instead. And here it is. So I just finished stitching the sole, which would go under the shoe, and this is actually the underside of the boot cover. Yeah, there. So you can see the stitches there. So I'm gonna turn it over and we'll see how it looks like. So you have to be very careful in turning it over so you don't really crumple the leather. There. Ta-da! Okay. So the materials that I've used here are soft leather. Yeah. And then for the sole, I used leatherette spandex, so it's a little stretchy. Then I stitched some of the details so it looks authentic. It looks like a real shoe. And since this is a boot cover, I would need a base shoe. Now, this is my base shoe. Yeah, there. As you can see, I also made a cover for the heel because according to the references, it's supposed to be color red. So this is it's made out of spandex, and it you just have to slip it on. So it's just like a sock. So there. So now I'm gonna put my boot cover into the shoe. There. For the back, I used a zipper, a jacket zipper, so it would be easier to put on. There. Ta-da! So you see, you can see the shape of the shoe already. Now I'm gonna lace it up so we can see the final output. So, doing boot covers is a great alternative in doing cosplay shoes. It would actually save you a lot of money because you only need one base shoe and then you can do several boot covers for it. So I've been doing this for like a long time already, and most of my cosplay shoes are boot covers. And one more advantage of this is you already have a comfortable shoe, so you don't need to break it in. Now, some of the boot covers that I've made are made out of spandex, just like my Wonder Woman boot cover. So this is spandex. And then you just slip in the shoe, and there's like a hole for the heels, and it's already a boot. So for this one, I used leather, and this is the first time which I actually made a boot cover out of leather. So it's a little more difficult because you really have to be very sure on how you're gonna stitch it, because if you stitch it wrong, there are gonna be holes in it, and the leather won't look nice anymore. And I really didn't want to waste the leather that I bought. So that's why it took me a long time before I finished it. It's like, um, it took me like 2 months and 3 revisions to actually come up with my final boot cover. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy how it turned out. So I think it's very nice. That's why I wanted to share it with you, so you guys have an idea on how to make your cosplay shoes if you're having difficulty finding the correct shoe for your character. Okay. Okay, so I finished lacing it up. Um, so I also added the strap with the velcro, so it's like that. So there, so I finished my Harley Quinn shoe, my own Jeremy Scott Adidas sneaker heel. um, yeah, and so I just need to put the logo here. I think I'm gonna buy those transfer letters that is usually used in the office, and I'm gonna use that for this one. So there, and I also made the cuffs. Yeah, so it would look like that. See? So there's my shoe, and yeah, I think kind of looks like the reference, right? Close enough. Good. So see, now I don't really have a pattern for this, but I did study um, or got the idea from this shoe. Now this was the shoe that I first used. I actually got it from a thrift shop, and I was lucky enough that it's a sneaker heel. So this was the shoe that I used first when I used my Harley Quinn costume last ToyCon last June, and that's also the reason why it took me a while to finish this, because I studied this shoe first and how I'm gonna make the pattern, and I'm glad that it turned out well. So I'm very happy and I'm very proud of myself right now because I finished this and I actually made one, and it's, you know, it's a shoe. So that's all. So I hope I gave you an idea, and this video helped you in um, you know, being more creative in case you need to do your cosplay shoes. I still have a lot to finish for my Harley Quinn cosplay based on the Suicide Squad costume. I still need to finish the jacket and the designs on the bat, and then maybe afterwards I could talk about the whole costume, how I made it, how you know, how long it took me to make it. But yeah, so there. Oh yeah, so this is the pair. So they're like two already. And so my very own Jeremy Scott shoes. So that's all, and thank you for watching. All I'm gonna say is keep calm and call the Joker. Bye bye.